Hi guys, and today I do want to talk about something quite personal and how intuitive abstract painting actually changed my life, my mental well-being, and I do hope that it's gonna help you somehow as well. But to understand this, I think it's quite important to start from the beginning. The thing is, I was studying at art school in Ukraine for about like 6 years, and it was very traditional art school. Like we were focused in academic drawing, like we obviously did some like paintings. We also had plein air sessions when we would go outside and paint from like life. Um, Also, we had obviously like composition, sculpture, and even like art history. I do appreciate a lot everything like that this school gave me, and I really love that environment. It's such a great experience. I truly believe it. But the thing is, I wanted to go and study architecture after that. So when I finished art school, I still had to go to school for like regular school for a year. So for that year, I wanted to prepare more for going and study architecture, um, to prepare for exams. And so I had lessons with an artist where we would practice, and yeah, so I would continue improving my technique. So I was taking it quite serious for about 6 months, but then um, everything changed. I realized that I cannot do this anymore. I think I realized that I'm losing my connection to art instead of developing it. I felt really, really drained emotionally, and I didn't have any inspiration at all. So eventually, I made a decision to not apply to architecture anymore, and I stopped drawing completely for, I don't know, about maybe 4 years or something like this. I didn't touch a brush at all. I didn't do anything. Then, at some point, quite unexpectedly, I felt a strong need to come back to art, to painting. I felt like I do wanna to express something that borders inside, like that lives inside me and borders me differently, not through therapy, not through like talking to other people. I just wanted to paint. I didn't want structure, I didn't want rules, I didn't want to recreate something that already exists. I feel like I probably reached the point of my life where I just couldn't take it anymore, and I really needed to let go of control, at least somehow, and not just in art, just in general in my life. I think I really wanted something that would allow me to express myself without needed to talk, without needed to explain myself through words or through actions. I mean, I feel like I really didn't want to express everything that I feel the way usually people do this, the way it's expected to be. Mm, I just really wanted to let it go, but differently. Like I wanted to express myself absolutely differently, not the way I get used to do this. And I wanted to feel safe doing this. So that's how I ended up picking up the canvas again, and without any plan, just looking at it, staring at it, looking at all the different colors of the paint that I had, and just intuitively choosing the one that felt right for me back then, and just letting go, just letting my hand to express my emotions without overthinking it. And not gonna lie, at first it looks so chaotic, it doesn't make any sense, it looks meaningless. But every time when I actually finish the painting, it still surprised me how good it reflects my inner state, how good it reflected my emotions that I felt for, I don't know, the past few days or the past few years or just in the exact moment. And yeah, it's such an interesting way to express yourself, and I still cannot fully understand it. How those abstract forms, random shapes, and just random uh, colors can actually be so loud and talk so well about my inner state, about my well being, about my emotional state, about what I actually feel. Each painting became connected to each emotional state, to each stage of my life. Like I was translating something internal without forcing it and without putting any pressure. I think it became my way of communicating with the world and maybe even communicating with myself. It also allowed me to explain what I feel without needing to find the right words to do this. I just do it differently. But also sharing my artworks on social media, letting them being seen, it's also such a vulnerable process, to be honest. Showing to the world your inner world and what you feel, and it sometimes can be scary, and each painting that I have now represents a specific stage of my life. Sometimes it can be quite dramatic, sometimes it can be full of inspiration. For example, my paintings, Erasure or At the Bottom, they really deep connected to quite difficult stages and periods of my life when I literally felt super overwhelmed and basically at the bottom of my life. But at the same time, there are works like, for example, Souls in Transit that represents transition, represents growth, represents my represents me being open to this world and trying to build myself from the beginning. But also through this experience, I started realizing that this process and this type of communicating with this world can be powerful not just for me but also for other people. Sometimes we do not need to explain everything logically, we just need to feel and to try to reconnect to your emotional state. This realization made me start something with my sister, something new. I mean, we have kind of like we're trying to build creative community, Clavis Mentes, where we trying to help people to kind of like unlock their creativity and come back to their creative selves. But also I realized that it would be so powerful if we could help people to help them to reconnect with themselves through art, through drawing, through painting. So we decided to offer online one-on-one online sessions with us. But my sister has different focus. For example, she works with people and she helps them with academical drawing, with character design, with anatomy, and more and different techniques. So she focused more on actual drawing, when I focus more on feelings, on expressing yourself through art and just letting go of control. So my sister basically helps people to feel confident with their skills and abilities, but she also helps people to start from scratch. And I truly believe that anyone can draw. So it really depends on how exactly you want to do this. For example, my sister worked recently with a guy who wanted to make a portrait for his wife, so he took lessons with my sister, and yeah, she guided him. She helped him with anatomy. She helped him how to do sketches, how to do composition, and yeah, it also can help people to bring that spark back, or just it can help people to reconnect differently with themselves and with their loved ones. And doing this through art is actually so powerful and so inspiring for me. But yes, I do work in different direction. I wanted to create something slow, more intuitive, something that can help people to reconnect with their emotional state, because that's what really helped me. And the sessions I offer can last about an hour, but the time is really flexible and quite unpredictable. It really depends a lot on the story that people want to express through painting, on their emotional well-being, and so on and so forth. So it lasts about an hour. It can be a bit longer. It can be like, I don't know, 50 minutes, but usually it's about an hour. And it's so wonderful to see uh, the way people looking at the painting, the way they start looking different at the world in general, because they just express something that they didn't even know they can express through paint. But I always say that this is not a therapy, it's just a creative session with an artist where I just help you and guide you, um, and just help you to let go of control. So, my focus is to help people to express themselves freely and just to create, to feel as safe as possible, to feel really true to yourself. You can be whoever you want in the session with me. You just I just really help people to recreate their state on canvas. And yeah, I do see a lot of progress, and I do see a lot of progress when I do this for myself, when I paint what I feel, and it really helps me a lot, and it helps other people, which is truly a blessing. I'm so grateful that I can work with people all over the world, because I do offer sessions in English, Ukrainian, Russian, and it also session really slightly, it feels slightly different, depends on the language, which I find quite interesting, to be fair. So intuitive abstract painting really became my way to reconnect with myself and to just be present in the moment and learning. I'm still learning how to let go of control, but these sessions really help me a lot to do this. So if you feel like you want to try something like this, if you want to try to express yourself through intuitive painting, or you just really wanted to find a way how to draw and how to learn how to draw without any pressure, without any fears, and just allowing yourself to be yourself, then you can book a session with me or my sister, and you can find the link in bio. I will try to put it in my description under this video as well, but I'm still trying to figure out why it doesn't allow me to do this. Also, you can reach out to me through my Instagram. I leave everything in the description. And thank you guys for watching, really appreciate it, and see you in the next videos. Bye.